Welcome. Are we ready? Tommy? Melanie? Yeah? So welcome everyone to our 6th Bloom Speaker Night. My name is Louise Kinross and I produce Bloom, and I also work here in the Family Resource Center. And about a year ago, a children's book came across my desk and I just fell in love with it. And it was called Melanie and Tommy Have 2 Pet Rats and 1 Syndrome. And it's all about the adventures of Tommy and Melanie, who live on a farm, and their rats. And it also educates about Melanie's genetic condition. And they've done a lot of speaking at schools to raise awareness. And since then, Natalie has participated in a couple of interviews with Bloom, and she also wrote for us for Bloom, talking about how the book came to be and talking about the impact of disability on brothers and sisters. And tonight we're thrilled to have them here. John also is here. They're going to do, I think, a bit of a Q&A for you, and then a presentation, and we're going to have a break, and you can buy books and have them signed, and then we'll have a bit of a discussion afterwards. So I'd like to welcome them very much to Holland Bloorview.
Hi. We're going to start with a presentation that the children do at schools. We do these presentations twice a month at different schools. So this is the presentation they do. Okay, so John and I are the teacher and the principal. And you are the students.
Tommy, in senior kindergarten, you came home from school one day, and what did you say to your mom?
I want to write a book.
So your mom replied,
Yeah, sure.
So you all went to the dollar store and purchased some pencils and paper. What were most of your stories about?
A boy, a villain, a car crash, and a rat that saves the day.
after a few stories, you wanted a girl in the story. So together you decided the book should be called
Melanie and Tommy Have 2 Pet Rats and 1 Syndrome.
In grade 1, you came home crying. Do you remember why?
Because everybody was making fun of Melanie's work.
How did that make you feel?
Sad.
Why does your sister's schoolwork appear to be different compared to other children's schoolwork?
Because she can't see well, she can't hear well, she can't talk well, she can barely write her name well.
Why is everything so difficult for Melanie?
Because she has Carnero-Donald syndrome. It was discovered in 1933. The doctor who discovered it was Carnero-Donald.
Is the syndrome contagious?
No, she was born with it.
Melanie, how many operations or procedures have you had?
50. 14.
How many times do you go see the doctor or therapist in a year?
50.
So in grade 1, Tommy, you were very sad because your friends were making fun of Melanie. What did your mother decide to do?
Self-published the book so my friends and Melanie's friends could understand the syndrome better.
Would you please read some pages from your book?
Yes. Melanie and Tommy have 2 pet rats and 1 syndrome. Down syndrome, autism, Tourette syndrome. It is not like a mosquito bite. My sister was born with Carnero-Donald syndrome, and it won't go away overnight. My name is Tommy. I am 6 years old. I like vehicles, villains, and victory. My sister's name is Melanie. She is 9 years old. She likes bag bubbles and her baby. Chapter 1. We live on a farm on the cold country of Canada. Our parents are busy raising lambs and llamas. Every day we have specific chores. On Monday we go to the grocery store. Today there are 3 items on the list: eggs, bacon, and mocha java. I bought my car at an auction. Stop, oops, I almost forgot. It's time for Melanie's medication. She has an ear infection. The road was really bumpy. We were driving too fast. Look out, a hole. Oh no, we lost control. Smash, crash, bash. The rats went for help. When I grow up, I'll be bigger and stronger. Melanie will be strong but always smaller. Maybe I'll be a demolition derby driver. Maybe Melanie will be a bag designer. Maybe not. Maybe we will live on the farm together. Maybe we will have 2 houses beside each other. Maybe Melanie will marry Billy and have a baby. Maybe not. But some things are for sure. Melanie has a syndrome. We have so much fun together. We will be friends forever. We will have pet rats, one after the other, forever and ever. Good night, rats. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Did the book sell better than you expected?
Yes.
How many copies does the average book sell in Canada?
300.
How many copies have you sold in 1.5 years?
6,000.
In grade 2, you were invited for your first book reading. Do you remember?
Yes.
Was your mother nervous?
Yes.
Was your sister terribly nervous?
Yes. She had to hide behind the rat cage the whole time.
Were you really nervous?
Yes, but I really wanted to do it.
How many presentations have you done since?
Over 35.
How do you feel today?
Great.
What advice do you have for everyone here if they feel scared, shy, or too nervous to do something?
Practice, practice, practice. Practice, practice, practice.
How many people in Canada have Cornelia de Lange syndrome?
Over 100, but we're trying to find more.
When Melanie was 6, she could only say 20 words, and we would use sign language to communicate. Do you remember any of these signs?
Yes. I am peaceful. I am excited that together we will find others.
Tommy, how many words does Melanie know today?
Over 1,000, but it's really hard for her to make a sentence.
Now that you have done many presentations, you've been on TV, you've been on radio, your picture and story have been in over 40 newspapers, you get to sleep in hotels and travel like places to Toronto, New York, and Chicago. What is your favorite part of this whole experience?
That everybody stopped making fun of Melanie's syndrome.
So you realized the book did help your friends understand your sister a little better. In grade 3, what did you also realize?
That the books help all the Melanies out there, and everybody's the same some way, and everybody's different some way.
So you and Melanie are the same in some ways, and you're different in some ways. What is your favorite thing that is the same?
That we both like the Montreal Canadiens.
What is your favorite thing that is different?
That we both... That she has small feet and hands.
Her feet and hands are really small because of her syndrome. So do we have anyone here who might be close to 12? Because Melanie's 12. How old are you? 11. So we're going to compare your shoe size. So you can see that Melanie's feet are very small. Okay. Okay, so now we have a rat video to show you. Show this video in the schools, everyone is screaming with excitement. Tommy, if there was a message you wanted to leave with everyone here today, what would that message be?
If you see somebody different, smile and say hi.
Melanie, what do you want everyone to remember?
Week.
So that's the presentation that the kids do at schools and conferences. And then the next presentation we have is about Tommy.
Yeah, F5.
So, Tommy, the sibling. Okay, you can switch. At 3 years old. We started by explaining to Tommy that most of us are made of peanut butter and jelly.
Melanie was missing the jelly, so it was difficult for her to do things like walk, talk, and eat.
We noticed that Tommy was always looking to be with Melanie.
He wanted to play games with her, hug her, help her, eat with her, watch TV with her, taste her medication, try her clothes, try her glasses, just to be with her.
Around 5 years old, we replaced the words peanut butter and jelly with blood, skin, and chromosomes. We explained
most of us have 46 working chromosomes. One of Melanie's chromosomes was changed during pregnancy, so she only has 45 working chromosomes.
Tommy started to understand. We would repeat and repeat to their friends, their cousins, and to Tommy.
Melanie's brain does not work like yours. It is much more difficult for her to write her name, ride a bike, swim, skate, ski, get dressed, brush her teeth.
Tommy finally understood. The cousins finally understood. The close friends finally understood.
But what about new acquaintances? How would we make them understand? Grade 1 was a difficult year for Tommy.
Tommy was noticing other children talking about Melanie.
Tommy was noticing students laughing at Melanie's work.
All of a sudden, life was cruel and unfair. Overwhelmed by disappointment, Tommy cried hard that year.
He loved his sister and did not understand why others did not love her too.
As a parent, I don't think we truly understand the extent of how siblings feel.
At age 5, Tommy was cleaning the bathrooms and vacuuming.
At age 6, he was making scrambled eggs and French toast.
At 7, he shoveled our driveway, the neighbor's driveway, and the whole court.
He wanted to help, but it seemed never enough when Melanie was not feeling well.
With opposite behavior, when she is feeling better, it seems Tommy acts up nonstop for our attention.
It takes 30 minutes to help Melanie go to bed or get up in the morning. His behavior seemed to worsen during this time, but it seemed like it's been getting much better with age as well.
Tommy always wants to be included in everything.
He needs to know about it and be part of it. As you can see, Tommy's head is squished between Melanie and I.
Other times, Tommy might seem lost for reasons we may never understand.
Maybe for feelings of embarrassment, sorrow, worry, anger, guilt, helplessness, anxiety, or stress.
Tommy's always finding new ways to connect with Melanie.
This year, he selected number 13 on his hockey jersey.
Melanie's birthday, Melanie's favorite number, and Melanie will always be able to find him on the ice when he's playing hockey.
Tommy wants his friends to like Melanie. He wants his girlfriends to like Melanie. He wants his future wife to like Melanie.
Sometimes Tommy gets concerned about Melanie's future. He does not want her to be alone.
The impact of the book. Thankfully, the book and the presentations fill so much of what Tommy has longed for.
He's gaining attention, inspiring others, and helping schools and communities understand the Melanies out there. He feels like he's making a difference in connecting with other siblings.
He wants to keep helping others with his presentations.
But most importantly, he gets to be with his sister.
Learning from Tommy. One day, Tommy was comparing his sister to all his cousins.
Tommy, if Melanie did not have a syndrome, she could do this and maybe she could do that. She would be like this and maybe she could be like that. And what did Tommy say? Sorry, I'm reading Tommy's part.
Yeah.
I'm so happy Melanie has a syndrome.
So a very confused mom says, why?
Because we never fight.
What makes Tommy really happy? You may notice a pattern.
Swimming with Melanie.
Swimming all together.
Being outside with Melanie.
Being outside all together.
Playing hockey with Melanie.
Playing hockey all together.
Skiing with Melanie.
Skiing all together.
Hugging Melanie.
Hugging all together. We dedicated our first book to siblings.
Siblings of disabled children are exceptionally special.
Thank you, Tommy, for teaching us.
When things seem impossible, we should not be afraid of trying something new.
Thank you, Tommy, for teaching us.
Spending time together is all that should matter.
Thank you, Tommy, for teaching us.
Making a connection with Melanie is worth the effort.
Thank you so much, Tommy, for teaching us.
Speaking out makes a difference, even if you're only 6 years old.
We are very proud of you, Tommy.
The end.
Or wait, Tommy, say this.
Or is it just beginning?
So that's it. That's the two presentations. I guess we'll have a break. We have a rat race that we really want to show you, but we might save it for after break.
Sure. So
Okay.
you want to have a break?
Yeah, sure.
And maybe
This one's Jerry, and this is my dad's. Raise your hand if you want this one to win. Nobody. Okay, great.
I do.
This is mine, and his name's Chewie. Raise your hand. Because it's like Chewbacca or Star Wars. Raise your hand if you want this one to win. Okay, a couple people. That's better. This one's JB, and this one's Melanie's rat. And raise your hand. It stands for Justin Bieber. Raise your hand if you want this one to win. Okay. It's Jerry. His name stands for Garcia.
Jerry Garcia.
do they like each other?
Yeah, they're family.
Oh, they're all sisters. They're all girls.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, they're good. We'll see. I think they're 1, 2, 3, go. Come on, JB.
What?
Come on, Jerry.
Oh, you went backwards. Look at him.
He's gained too much weight.
Go get him.
Those guys are pretty close, weren't they?
Yeah. That's the one. I'm gonna put him on the.
JD wins.